So. Yes. Thank you.
Cat Ramdeen.
Yeah. You know?
No.
Oh. Well, what about them?
I know. What about them? That's the question.
Hey.
Here's the thing. How has your Vegas experience been so far?
Me?
Yeah.
Great. I love it. I don't want to leave the stage until I get to answer.
I know that feeling, however.
The show must go on.
This is about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Cat Ramdeen! I got two turntables and a microphone. I got two turntables and a microphone. Do you really, Bobo? I got two turntables and a microphone. What's that? Wow. I got two turntables and a microphone. I get jazzy. Take it, Bobo. That was a good drum break. Sound like Fozzie Bear doing it. There's a destination, a little Bobo.
Richie.
The rest of the bando. How's it going, boys? Good?
Good, great.
Yeah? Hanging in there?
Yeah.
You? No, not so much? You stopped hanging in there? You're done? Well, then you're gonna miss out. Because next on the roster is a man so cool, so awesome, they didn't put him on the poster. I don't quite understand what the logic behind that was. Listen, I'll tell you something. This man's on TV every 5 minutes. You don't need to pass the hat for this kid. Truly, the king of La Quinta, Gabe Tigerman!
I am the Tigerman.
The brown eyes.
The I am the Tigerman.
And woman. I don't want to be sexist.
That was what? I'm not on the post. Oh.
Gabe Tigerman, we haven't seen you in so long, man.
It's been ages.
But I feel like I see you because literally you're on TV every 5 seconds.
I'm doing my best.
There's not a product.
Sell. Oh, no. There's nothing I won't sell.
But there's nobody. It's not that.
I am.
We know you whore yourself out for pennies on the dollar. I mean.
I just got the La Quinta joke. I just got it.
No, so I love this.
I was like, is he staying at La...
I stay there. No, they don't put me up at the same place as you.
Okay.
I was
La Quinta Inns and Suites. It's out of town.
It's out of town. I was in Tupelo, Mississippi, making an independent movie in January, and I was staying.
As you do.
As you know.
Sure.
You go see Elvis's house. You make a movie.
Those are two things.
And I'm in a La Quinta, and I kept seeing you on TV advertising La Quinta, and I was thinking, we have so much in common.
Samesies.
I'm in a La Quinta. Yep. You're probably not staying in one, but advertising for them.
Oh no, they put us up at the flagship La Quinta.
Well, I bet they get a discount.
I think so.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's awesome. There's no product on television that doesn't want that face selling. And I get it. I want to buy his whole ensemble. I want to buy that chair because you're touching it. There's nothing. You know how to move product.
That's it.
You have the Midas touch. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Tigerman.
Guys. Hey, Las Vegas. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Good. What do you guys want to talk about? Want to talk about some things? Just some stuff? Is it good? Who wants to talk about something first? Who wants to ask? Who, left, right? You. You look like you have a question that you want to ask me.
I do.
Great.
First of all, I want to say I'm so glad you're here. Every time I watch that episode where that little brat killed Andy Gallagher, I yell at my TV.
Oh, she's the worst.
Oh my God, she's the worst.
Oh.
I also think it's very important for you to know that Andy Gallagher lives on in fan fiction. just like you know.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna interrupt. You'll have the second part of the question. Here's the best way to discover A, what fan fiction is, and B, the best place to find it is when you're at your mom's house and your friend sends you a link on your computer, and you say, "Oh, this is fun. What's this?" And then you read about yourself, and you're this guy that you haven't met, Chad Lindbergh, and you read a little tale about yourself doing things that you haven't ever tried. Not that there's anything wrong, but you just hadn't explored that side of yourself. And you have a reaction. You have a reaction. It's not a judgment. You just have a reaction. And you make a sound, and it sounds a little bit like this. Gah! And then when you make that sound at your mom's house, your mom says, "Oh, what is it, honey?" And that's when you throw your laptop on the ground and you light it on fire, so there's no accidental reading of the beautiful shared moment that Chad and I had.
He's not the only one.
No, good to know. Who were the other lucky fellas?
In that episode that we don't want to discuss because...
Sure, no, because it brings back a lot.
The blonde chick.
Yes.
Lily,
Oh.
There's a fic with Andy and Lily.
Oh my. Okay, so it's not just Chad.
It's not just Chad.
Is he jealous? Do you think he's jealous? I think
He's
jealous.
jealous.
I remember, by the way, the first time I met Chad was after having read. That was our first time. And the meeting went something, I guess, because there's that brief moment of like, oh, hey, good to meet, and then you realize how you know each other. So it was like, hey, what's so right. I'll see you later. I'm just gonna go watch some football. Just drink some beers, watch some football. See you later. What's up?
Okay, I actually do have a legitimate question that doesn't have anything to do with that. I just want to throw that out there because I have no shame.
Apparently neither do I.
So my actual question is, what scene was the most fun for you to film?
Oh, that's a good question. I almost broke in, I think it's actually the first scene that we shot was when, it was the second scene we shot, where Dean can't stop telling the truth. I didn't know that he was funny. We just met, and I was like, oh, this is a handsome dude, and I'm sure he's just handsome all the time. That's all he does. He was so funny. I didn't know that's how he was going to do it, and it cracked me up. But I kept it together because I'm a pro. But that was really fun. And then the next scene that was really fun was there was a scene where it was the three of us, and we were discussing. I think we were discussing figuring out that Andy was adopted. And Jared thought it would be funny if during my close-ups he would just keep stepping on my foot, and to see if I could keep acting while a tree kept falling on my foot over me. So that was fun. Because he's got a job, and I could lose mine. But there was a lot of fun. Those are the first ones that come to mind.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Delightful, and you?
I'm really excited to finally see you at a convention.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you over there.
I also get really happy whenever I see you pop up on my TV and commercials and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's Gabriel. So my question is, what has been your favorite commercial to film?
My favorite commercial to film? That's a good question. I'm just going to compliment everyone's question. Great question. Moving on. Delightful. What's yours? My favorite commercial, I have a bunch that I really like. The very first ones I did a commercial campaign where I got my Screen Actors Guild card. The first time getting paid to act was a campaign for Burger King. And it was with a bunch of really funny actors. Joel McHale, before anyone knew who Joel McHale was in them. And then we saw each other the next week at the final callbacks for the soup. And I was like, what are you doing here? Apparently he was getting the job. That's what he was doing there. And those were really fun. The director became my best friend, and they were all improvised. They'd have scripts, and you just play for a while, and it was my first real paying job, and it turned into 30 commercials, and it was my first job, and everyone was like, oh, it's never like this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Hollywood's so easy. You just show up, you shoot one commercial, they turn it into 30, you get to lease a brand new Golf and move out of your parents' garage. Hollywood is so easy. It's not as easy as that. But that's a fun one. It's the only time I've ever had a catchphrase for a limited period of time. So if you were paying attention in around 2005 and watched TV, I had a catchphrase. It was "I'm spicy," and you should YouTube it, and then you'll see. So that was the answer.
Thank you, and I will make sure to YouTube that.
Please do. Please do. I had a friend, by the way, who had the weirdest conversation several years ago, where he's one of those fun people who will tell me about jobs that he thought I should have done. You would have been great in that. Like, great. I don't know what to do with that. And he's like, oh man, you know what you would have been great at? Because we were having Mexican food and something was, in fact, spicy. And he's like, remember those commercials with the "I'm spicy" guy? You would have been amazing at that. And I stared at him like, I didn't actually get the joke you're making. What do you mean? He's like, no, I just really think those were funny commercials, and that guy was so much like you. Like, what are you talking about? What are you? And now he just tries to get me to say it now anytime I see him. Anyway, that's all. Good to talk to you. All right. Hi.
Hi, you've obviously worked with some really big names, so I wondered what the Aflac duck is like.
Oh my God. What a diva. And racist? Surprisingly racist. Oh, that duck. And he leans in like, you'll get it. You love racism too. That duck. No, the duck's delightful. The duck is, it's really the fantastic people at Legacy Effects who created the Predator. Predator, Aflac duck. Same. They just added a beak. It's the same. It's messed up. It's messed up how realistic it is. Honestly, you're on set and they have it doing real duck stuff. And they've got a team, and it's really impressive. Like when it does little it's like picks in its feathers. That's a fucking duck. Sorry to swear. That's how worked up I am about the Aflac duck. It's really, they do good work with that duck.
Is it a real? It's not CGI.
No, it's a what do they call it? Practical effect. It's a duck. They've got it's not a duck. They didn't train a duck. I'm not saying that. It's a puppet. It's a puppet duck, and that's a little bit of the word. But they've got sticks and an electronic mouth with a guy with a remote control and a microphone. It's weird. It's a whole team, and it's awesome. I didn't realize I had so many thoughts about it, or how excited I am about it. But I was thrilled to work with him. And it reminds me, I like tangents. A friend of mine, his dad was like a green screen guy. He was working on one of the Muppet movies, and he was saying how weird it was how the guys who worked the puppets would just stay, like they'd cut and they'd keep talking, like to each other through the puppets. He said, "Oh, that's not normal," but he went with it. But he said the weirdest part was they're in this big soundstage, and over there a light just fell, like just smashed down, huge noise, could have killed somebody. And the guys didn't turn, but all the puppets looked. He swears to God, which I wish I'd seen. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, sure. Hi.
Hi, hello again.
Hey, it's you.
Yeah, I wanted to know, what's your biggest guilty pleasure?
My biggest guilty pleasure? That's a good question. That's all I keep saying that, because I believe it. I'll tell you what, this isn't a guilty pleasure, but the first thing I thought was just something I'm embarrassed by, because oh God, it's so embarrassing, it's so dumb. My wife will watch the Real Housewives of stuff and of places The Real Housewives is just awfulness. And at first, well, she would watch it with her dad, which, and I would just be like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing, because I came over for dinner and I can't leave, and you guys are watching this awfulness, and I just support the family. And I guess I'm embarrassed by how much I've retained of that show over the years, such that I could have a conversation about it, and it's horrific. But what's your guilty pleasure?
I really jam out to the Spice Girls pretty.
You do? Okay. All right. There you go.
Yeah, that happens.
Are you going to be at karaoke tomorrow?
I was debating, but I'm too scared.
Oh, see, I feel like you just came out as a big Spice Girls fan and need to represent the Spice Girls.
I'll sign up, and we'll
Yes.
sing together.
Yes, deal. You've just made a terrible mistake
It's okay,
because
I always make mistakes. It's good.
unlike seemingly most of the cast who has musical abilities and rhythm, I don't. So it's going to be awful for everyone. We're sorry.
Yeah, it'll be great.
It'll be great. I feel good about it.
Me too.
That'll become my guilty pleasure. So awesome. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
All right, I will see you then.
Boom. That's how I ended it. Boom. I just yelled boom at you. I'm an awkward person. My dad is a musician, and I distinctly remember being in the car with him as a little kid, and I was watching him. He was listening to music and singing along. He's kind of, hitting the steering wheel along with a beat. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's so cool. And I'm going to do that too. And I was doing it over here, and he stopped the car. And he looked over with, I guess the word is horror, disgust, just disappointment. And it was very clear that any ability in that regard had clearly sailed past me, and I owed it. I just looked. He didn't say anything, but I knew that was not my future as a rock star. I just wanted to bring things down real low. But to be fair, he had embarrassed me a lot in carpool because he would do music lessons, singing along. Have you ever heard people do that? It's not good at drop-off because it's just like doing scales, but like weird. Anyway, we got some stuff to work out, he and I. Hi, what's up?
Hi, Gabe. How are you, handsome?
Oh, well. What's up?
First and foremost, love you to death. Secondly, how is Catherine doing these days?
I thank you for asking. She's doing really well. She's doing really well.
And
yeah.
will you tell your college road trip story?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
There's so many newbies who haven't heard it.
Really?
And we all love it.
Okay. All right. For those of you who haven't heard this tale, this is the story of when I drove to college. We drove cross country from Los Angeles to New York, and at one point, we were in Kansas. And it seems like you're in Kansas for a very long time, because Kansas is just this. And my two friends, my best friends, were also big jerks. And they would sleep while I would drive for hours on end. And we were driving along, and they were asleep, and I see a sign. And it said, 50 miles, world's largest groundhog. And I thought, intriguing. Keep driving. 40 miles, world's largest groundhog. Okay. This sounds, okay. I may be interested. Then, as if to sweeten the deal, it then says, also home to a 5- and a 6-legged steer. And I thought, oh, I can't afford not to go here. And so my friends are woken up to me pulling over, skidding out in gravel as we show up to what is, an amazing, amazing place called Prairie Dog City, Kansas. And I do recommend you go if you're ever in the middle of Kansas. And they take our money very quickly, and they send us out back. And I said, where's the world's largest groundhog? To which they say, oh, not quite answering the question. Oh, I didn't tell you it was alive, now did I? And so I thought, oh dear. I'm now picturing, I don't know, about a dog-sized prairie dog in the middle of a field, just dead. But I thought, hey, we've pulled over, let's see it. Thankfully, I guess, that's not what it was. And we go up, and it's a statue of a groundhog, prairie dog. And to be fair, it was the world's largest prairie dog statue that I'd ever seen, ever. But I'm not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed. But it also had a little buddy who was about 6 feet tall, which if I had seen it would have been the world's largest prairie dog that I'd seen to date. And I've subsequently, their fans have visited Prairie Dog City, Kansas to find out, because my friend wrote on the back in Sharpie, this sucks, on the back of that, because we knew we'd been taken. And so then I go to the guy, I'm like, good one, you really got us. And he's like, laughed himself. I'm like, good, you're not even pretending. I said, where's the 5- and 6-legged steer? He said, oh no, those are quite alive. I said, oh, do tell. And in my mind, again, incorrect, I went optimistic. And I thought, ooh, a 5- and a 6-legged steer, these legs must all go to the ground. And these are super fast steer. And if anything, just evolutionary leaps forward, not atrocities against God. Because what these were, it was, oh gosh, one had a leg pretty much full size growing out of its shoulder like this, and then the other had, and you want to get a picture of this move,
I'm on it.
2 half legs with hooves growing out of its butt. So we needed to get our picture taken with them. And just to date this, because this is 1998, we got a little disposable camera. You don't even know, half you don't know what this move means. This used to be universal for something. Hey, you got one of those, people knew. People knew what you meant. Disposable cameras. These were plastic cameras. Click, click, click. You wound a thing, and then you took a picture, and then you sent that in to a place where they gave you physical pictures? They gave you pictures. Which one time we found somebody else's disposable camera at a bar and developed the pictures. They were naughty. And St. Patrick's Day themed, which is fun, which we then sent to our friend who was in boot camp, but they confiscated them, but told him to tell us, nice tits. Super classy. And then, sorry, tangent number 2, the first time I ever went to a strip club was in Poughkeepsie, New York. And it was somebody's birthday, and it was like freshman week, and they're like, we're going to Smiles, with a Y. And some of the friends like brought in a disposable camera. They're like, nope, not how it works. Which in retrospect, good move. And I just remember very few things about this experience, which I've never shared. One was I'd never seen so many piercings there. I remember there was, I believe, the term is a little person, not performing, but at the bar, just yelling at everyone. And just really drunk and just telling everyone to go F themselves. Now I'm editing myself. And then when we later developed the pictures, it's all irregular pictures, but then there's a picture of that guy in a basement, just doing this at the camera. No explanation, I don't know why. Anyway, five-legged steer. And so I tell my friends, get up next to him. We're gonna get closer. Get closer, we're gonna get the unholy parts in the picture. Get closer. Oh, no, buddy, no! I swear to God, the five-legged one got mad, ran full speed against the fence, and hit my buddy. Boom! Right across the face. My friend freaked the fuck out. He ran to the car. We chased after. He sped to the nearest DQ, and he wouldn't talk. And then he just took the longest sink Silkwood shower. And just, oh no, I'll never be okay. And he wasn't ever okay. And that's the story. That apropos of nothing. Oh yes. Tripped. I don't know how that story ever came up in the first place, but it did. It's one of these conventions. Not that I need something to be on topic.
First, I want to say that you are my
fast.
Yes, it's Doc DL.
Oh. Yes, correct.
I wanted to say that you're my favorite of Azazel's children. Just
you hear that?
You're my
number
favorite.
one.
And I'm so grateful that you're here because I honestly thought I was never going to get to see you at a convention. So I thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My question is, we had the power suggestion, Andy did,
Yes.
but were there any other powers you wish to have, like say if you were like an X-Men or something?
Sure. Oh yeah. I mean, this is a point for debate. Really, truly. People feel strongly about. I feel like the big ones are flying. No thanks. Teleportation, very tempting. I feel like that's a good one. Slowing down time, somebody pointed to as being both, you could slow down time and it's like teleporting, but then you still have to take the flight, places, and air travel. I mean, right? So, I don't know. Mind control, pretty much the best one. Do we have a strong opinion disagreeing?
Well, for me, I actually created my own X-Men character, and basically she had
First of all, name.
I'm sorry?
Name of the character?
Nitro.
Nice. Sounds like an American Gladiator, but okay, good.
She had.
Who am I to talk? My last name's Tigerman, which I was like, sounds like an American Gladiator.
Okay, but if you had Tigerman, your power would have to be like turning into a lion or something that didn't.
That
make
would
sense.
be It's like I'd just be like, what? Why? Does that seem weird to you guys? People wanted to bring it up. Like, don't you think it should? What? I understand.
So mine, that character was born with like nitroglycerin like infused into her skin, so she was able to form fireballs, but they're like neon green and things like that, and could use that to set fire to stuff.
Oh, so wait, so fireball with explosive stuff,
yes.
Or like full?
Yes, so it's like explosive fireballs.
Okay, those are good. Those are the best kind of fireballs,
right?
I found in my experience.
As opposed to non-explosive.
Those are the worst. Oh,
so boring.
I get so mad at those fireballs.
That's like Pyro. Pyro really didn't have any really real power.
Is that the one who was always be like?
He had to have a mechanism to
he could
just create it.
Yeah. And then he'd be kind of like moving.
He's one of my favorites, but I still make fun of him a lot for it.
Yeah. Take that, Pyro.
Exactly.
Okay, good. What's your favorite superpower? You, right there.
Me?
Yeah, you. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
My superpower, I think it'd just be able to fly. Then I could.
You like flying?
Yeah, do what I want to do.
Yeah. You know who I don't. What? Invisibility. That one's good. / creepy. Yep. Yep.
You did have an example of that in the show where the kid he could turn invisible. It was the wishing well episode.
Oh yeah.
And he just stayed in the girls' locker room, which
he's just
is
pervy.
super
Just
creepy.
a whole episode.
Yes, basically, like almost the entire episode. He was just in the girls' locker room.
I don't know if you're making the most of this, dude. They're girls. Yeah, you gotta grow out of the high school time to really make the most of invisibility.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I don't blame. Like the first couple days, yeah, sure. But if you keep going, like, gee, okay, buddy, we can do something else with this. I always feel, by the way, just on the superpower thing, are there Superman fans out here? Okay. I don't get it. It seems he's just got all of them, and it seems not fair. I don't know. I felt like just stay away from kryptonite. You're fine. And
I'm definitely a Marvel girl,
okay,
for sure.
Sure.
So
Yeah, fight. Let's fight.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, fight. All right, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more. Good talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, dog steal. Hi.
I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, you told me you really love board games, so I made you a supernatural Scrabble game.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you again.
We're going to the game night tonight, so I wanted to know what game you want to play, or what games does she still like to play, so I know what to bring.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you have? Let me.
All the supernatural games, like Monopoly, Clue.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Soul, yeah.
Do you have one of the cards, the supernatural cards against humanity? Oh, the one.
I have it.
You do?
We spent this morning looking for it.
No.
And we.
You got it?
Someone bring it.
Someone's got it.
I love you, by the way.
Yeah.
I love you because we spent this morning looking for it. I swear.
Okay, I think that'll be fun.
So,
Anyway,
Cards
good.
Against Humanity.
I think that's good. I don't know, how are they doing? Do you know how game night? We're just gonna talk about this. Let's get into it. Do you know how they do game night? I've never done it.
I know it's 9:30 to 11, and there's ice cream. So.
Okay. Oh, sounds good. Hi.
Hello.
What the? She's getting hit in the face? I once did that to myself in karaoke. Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt a clash against my teeth.
Oh yeah. No, I once was drunk in karaoke, and I thought, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad. But the karaoke host just said, oh no, because I did the Proclaimers 500 miles. It's a staple because you just get to yell in Scottish accent, and I did da-da-da, just smashed myself in the face because I'm not meant to sing. You were saying before, harming.
I just want to say hello again. And
Good to see you
I
again.
went to Starbucks after you signed my cup, and I got Gabriel on it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. We were complaining about variations of our names that Starbucks just ruins. Just like they're trying to mess with us. Like Gabriel.
Yours was Gabriel. Mine was Gabriel.
Gabriel, yeah, it's just, I feel like they're deaf. Well, I like that they called you Mumbles.
They did
They just wrote Mumbles.
Yeah.
Because she mumbled. They're like, oh, now you're just being mean.
Yeah. Just, okay, you're Mumbles.
Yeah. Oh, impediment. Good. That's really nice.
But, so my question actually
Yeah.
is, what do you think Andy's heaven would look like, or do you think that he ended up going to hell because of demon blood?
Andy is in heaven, because Andy is a good fellow. Unless he needs to be in hell, because that's how they would bring him back, because that'd be fun. But I genuinely, someone was asking me in the meet and greet about Andy as a character. I think out of all the characters I've gotten to play over the years, I'm the most genuinely fond of, almost like he's a little guy. Hi, buddy. Like I really liked Andy. I liked playing Andy. I'm fond of Andy as a. Thank you. And I can't imagine people not getting it, them being in the afterlife, not being like, oh, you're a good fella. Go on up. But somebody's asking how I envisioned it at a previous con, and Chad and I had agreed. We kind of envisioned Andy and Ash kind of going on heaven adventures in a van, not doing the other stuff, Not that there's anything wrong. That's not how we pictured it. We pictured more in a cloud van going around and probably like what seemed like clouds coming out of the windows of the hot-boxed heaven van as we're going out solving mysteries. It's a lot of
Scooby-Doo. Your
Scooby-Doo.
photo op is at 420, right?
Is it really?
Yeah.
That seems right. I did just realize that my version of Andy's Heaven is Scooby-Doo. That's what that is. I'll see you at 420.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Is that a sign? That's what that means. What's up?
How did it?
West Side. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Hi. What's your name?
Alex.
What's up, Alex?
How did it feel to take Dean's Impala and drive it?
Oh, that's great. Actually, terrifying. Because at first I just thought, oh, I'm driving a car. It's fun. I know how to drive cars. But then I looked around set, and everyone seemed really nervous. Disproportionately so, because I had not seen the show. I'd seen one episode of the show at that point, and I did not know how important the car was. But without saying it, they conveyed that to me. And so if you'll notice, if you go back to season 2, I drive very slowly. I think a good 5 to 8 miles an hour tops. But I was honored, in retrospect, to have been granted that privilege. It's a really sweet car. It's a nice ride. Any other questions?
No thanks.
That's a good one. Nice to meet you, buddy. Hello. You okay? Everyone okay?
I'm protecting myself.
Boom! Yeah, go. What's your question now?
Gabriel, let me just say you are delightful.
Thank you.
I am so happy that Kat is doing great. We're all praying for her for a very long time. And now I just want to know, is Alice going easy on you?
She is. So, my wife had some very scary complications when our daughter was born, and she's doing very well now. So thank you for. I've said it before, but in case there's anybody here who had reached out during that time, it was a very, very scary time, and it meant so much how much this community reached out and supported us in ways we can't imagine.
Your family, we love you.
It really, I remember Jim Beaver wrote a thing about, family don't end with blood. It was like, no shit, like for reals, not just for a t-shirt, like not just as a slogan, like it is profound, and it's really great, and that's why these things are so wonderful. And they're fun, but it's also really something. Like it's really, we had a website where people were making donations and writing comments, and we would be my wife was in dialysis for quite a long time, and I'd read the comments to her, and it really meant a lot. So thank you, and she's doing really well. And Alice, our daughter, is great, and she's 4.5, so she's about to go to kindergarten. She's incredible.
I can't believe that. Like she was just born then.
I know. She's a real person, and she's amazing.
Is she a perfect little princess though? She's very good.
She's both a princess. She's like a perfect princess tomboy combination. It's everything. It's awesome.
Those are the best ones.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for asking. And hey dudes.
Hey, goes up.
Did you hear that? Hey dudes.
What's up?
Cool. I'm in a band. It's like what's up, dudes? How you doing? What's up, bros?
Hey, bros.
What's going on?
Nothing, bro.
What are you guys doing? Just hanging
Just
out?
rocking.
Just slapping the bass?
Yeah, we're slapping the bass.
Yeah. Just some licks, getting some hot licks.
Hot licks.
We're just slapping the legs.
That sounds worse. Yeah.
We're licking the bass.
Yeah, good. Cool. Guys, this was delightful.
Was it?
If I do say, it felt delightful to me.
Was it Laquita-rific?
It was. There's very few things that are Laquita-rific, but this
is one of them.
Was Laquita-rific!
Ladies and gentlemen, Tigerman and woman. Get Tigerman, everybody. Big round of applause. I was, because whenever here I had the Tiger, I just want to play golf.
Really?
Makes a lot of people want to work out or punch things. Not me. Makes me want to chip.
Oh, Eye of the Tiger. Oh, I love this song.
I don't even go for a long ball. It's like,
you're putting. Makes sense.
So fired up.
Makes sense.
Robbie?
I'm excited for this.
Nobody's coming on stage right now, except for an expert. By the way, who's our expert?
I don't know. Maybe Zach again?
I don't know. I'll go backstage.
Stump the expert. Stump.
I'll go backstage.
Stump the expert. Stump.
Oh, no, not yet.
Stump the expert. Stump.
I know who you are now. Okay.
Stump the expert. Stump the expert. Stump.
Who died and made you an expert? You think you're so freaking smart? I bet you've never even watched the show except for your own freaking part.
Stump the expert. Stump the expert.
Mike Moore has been doing cons for a decade. He's never watched a frame of the show. He takes a paycheck from this company. It's time for you to pack up and go.
Stump the expert. Stump the expert.
And now the expert himself coming to stage to stump you and stump himself.